Hey, welcome back to another episode of John's Cryptotherapy. Today is so exciting. When you look at the markets and see the structures and how price played off, it's exactly what we were looking for in the markets, right? We said we don't want to buy anymore inside of the structure. We're waiting for a break above the structure of 0.00020. We have that break. We have a retest. That's a perfect entry situation. When I said we want a price to go lower before it goes up, it's because we don't want to have too much buyers in the market. So what I want to tell you guys here is there is still a high probability. I'm going to teach you guys what's the difference between fundamentals and TA. And this is going to be a very good example for you guys. When I see prices going higher, I really do want you guys to notice something very important. In order for structures to really be created, I want to make sure that each time price comes back towards these structures, I want to see sellers fail. The reasons why, that's the only way we could test a structure. I think a lot of people get this idea or misconception that we don't need to see sellers. Guys, we do need to see sellers, and I'm going to explain why. If we don't see sellers coming in, how do we know that it's going to be strong enough to use as support for the future reference, right? If this whole area, like just say hypothetically just buyers, guess what the sellers see? The sellers see so much stops, and the stops are underneath all of these swings. So the ideology-wise of trading, price wants to come and return back. So what I'm trying to tell you guys here is if this move is more fundamentals, which it is, because we noticed there was a lot of buying going on, that means there's a lot of people that are going to take profits. So what does that mean for you? This is the time for you to learn not to FOMO, but to understand there is going to be a high probability or a high degree of a pullback. So what I'm going to be doing is looking for a key sell or an area where I feel like price is going to bounce, and you can see this is going to be that area, 0.0005850. So once again, guys, I don't see a lot of sellers failing in the structure. I see a lot of buyers. Once again, if I see a lot of buyers, I understand it's the fundamental side. So when I look at this, I can maybe put in the Fibonacci retracement. This is where the fibs are very key, very important. I could look for the 50 retracement. I could look for the 61% retracement. And of course, I want to see that near structure. Not a coincidence that each time these numbers are landing, you can see it's at a peak. So you can see clearly, guys, this is at this peak right there. Do you notice that? And when I look at the next structure, look at exactly where it is, at the next peak. So it's not a coincidence. Everything is revolved around these Fibonacci retracements because a lot of people want to see a deal. They want to get a good price. They want to see a good return. What I'm worried about, especially with this market, is because it was more fundamentals and not TA based, because we didn't have the DNA or the structure. When I say DNA or structure, if I see buyers and sellers, buyers and sellers, and buyers and sellers, then I know we're protected from going lower right away. Because this was a big move and it was just a lot of buyers, potentially majority of these buyers are comfortable with the profits and they're going to take away 50% of their moves. What does that mean? Am I going to look to buy? I want to keep it simple. I'm not going to look to buy anymore. I'm only going to buy if structures break above 0.0006331. If it does not break above this level, I'm telling you right now, I'm looking for a pullback. I want to see a 50%, I want to see a 60%, I want to see more. The only way these buyers, and please listen to me carefully here, guys, the only way these buyers are safe, please understand this, the only way this move is safe is if we do get a sell back down, and that sell comes to a key level that we're looking at, like structure-wise. If it does come to that level, and I see a tremendous amount of selling and limit orders holding that level, then I know for a fact that this move is safe. Until now, until the fact that we don't have those sellers, be aware this whole move can be reversed because it's just strictly buyers, and a lot of people are going to look to take profits. A lot of smart investors, traders, they're going to look to take profits here, guys. They're not just going to hold this. They don't need big moves to make a lot of money. This alone can make you hundreds of thousands of dollars. So for that reason, because we don't have sellers failing and it's just strictly buyers, that move can be taken away right away. The only way we're safe, and I need you guys to really understand this concept, we need sellers to come, fail, we need buyers to bring it back in, then I know for a fact and a good certainty that this is a safe move. Now we can finally start to buy and hold more OMI and understand that the price is finally making leverages and it wants to push up. So the way you need to look at it, especially as a trader, stepping stones. If the steps are made with concrete, you're safe because it's been tested. And those are the levels of the pullback. It's been tested. But if everything is not tested and it just went up in one shot, where is the test? If we don't have a test, guys, think about it logically. It's going to test it. And some people can test it by just bringing it all the way back down. Be smart. Understand strategies. If it's fundamentals, it's emotional based moves. And if it's an emotional move, there's going to be profits that's going to be taken. If it's a TA structural move, then you know you have support, you know you have evidence of that, and history repeats itself. So once again, because I'm not seeing anything clear that we have a strong level, and I'm not looking to buy until that level breaks that I mentioned in this video. For now, I want to see a pullback, 50, somewhere in the 61.8, whatever, near a POC level. Once I see that, and I see a lot of tremendous selling volume, and they fail, I promise you I'm getting into the trade again. There was a lot of people that messaged me on my other number that I've given to a lot of my students and a lot of people that have been asking me. I've even mentioned when this candle came in and it got a retest in towards the structure right here, we all went into the market. That was the move that I was looking for. That was the move that I've always mentioned to you guys. Once it breaks, get into the market. This is a strong move. And everybody in my group chat, I appreciate it. Hopefully you guys made a lot of money, which I know you did. And this is just a sign, the start of something big for Omi. For a lot of people that have been doubting the coin, great, keep doubting. A lot of people that believe in this coin, you're in the right place. You're absolutely in a place where this coin is going to do amazing, amazing things. But right now, once again, don't get too psyched out. This is a fundamental move, not a TA move. We want to see this fundamental match with TA, find support. Once we find support, then I can guarantee you this structure is solid. Until it's not tested, this structure can absolutely go back down. So be smart, take some profits off the table, 30, 40, whatever you want to do. Keep some in the table in case it does go a little bit higher with fundamental news, of course. For the safety of this, I'm already looking to take profits. I'm already looking to reduce a lot of my risk, waiting for a pullback, then I'm going to jump the gun. This, if it does do what I'm expecting it to do, it's going to be tremendous this year. It's going to be huge. And guys, we're here. And if you guys do believe in Omi, please make sure to like, share, and smash that like button. Once again, we're going to the moon. Remember, this is not financial advice. This is just what I'm doing and what I'm providing towards my students and all the services that I do provide. Other than that, thank you so much. Take it easy and John out. Peace.